It's party time.
Rob, first, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Right off the top, my friend, how are you holding up and your family holding up during COVID-19? As we speak, the world is still dealing with this. Lots of places are going through, section 2 or stage 2, I should say, and some are in 3, some are maybe heading back to 1. I mean, we just never know. It's like every hour something's always changing. How are you holding up?
I mean, we're doing our best. Obviously, things are fluid, and we're in unprecedented times. We've been able to try to find the silver linings along the way, and that's been our goal right out of the gate, and continuing. We're forging forward in whatever ways we can to deliver not only live music but entertainment and the spirit of hope, creating jobs and bringing people together safely so they can have an outlet in release and escape of sorts, through music and live music and entertainment.
Let's talk about that, because you are in Calgary as we speak right now, correct?
Right.
Okay, what have you and your company been able to do? Because you guys can literally be a blueprint for other companies. You've done something that is COVID-friendly, safe, I should say, and just make sure that people still have, as you said, a music experience, and it's an amazing music experience. What have you guys have come up with?
Well, I mean, back in late May, early June, we finally sort of came out of a position of, bewilderment at what was going on around us in the world and our industry, and sort of came out of this sort of feeling sorry for ourselves mode to actually start to take some action and start creating, some positive thoughts and discussions on what could we do. And through that, we were able to have great conversations in Calgary here with a company called ShowPass, who are a software and ticketing company, and their relationships with hotels to, brainstorm an idea that was like no other, and that was to produce live concert events from like hotel pool decks, atriums, parking lots, that sort of thing, to project those concerts up to people in balconies who would be socially distanced and able to come together in bigger numbers because they were socially distanced on their balconies. So we were able to exceed the limits of gatherings by doing so, and convincing the health services, Alberta Health Services here in this case, to agree to it. What we've been able to accomplish are a number of things. One was to present, Canada's first live in-person concert since COVID on July 1st, where we brought a Tragically Hip tribute out of Toronto called the Hip Experience in on Canada Day to perform and do the first concert, so to speak. So it came together very quickly with only a couple of weeks to go. We shot this out, and we had to retrofit a pool deck 3 floors up in the air for a concert to take place. And we did it. And it didn't sell out, so we were like, what? I mean, we thought everyone after 3 months of lockdown would flock to this, but I mean, there were a lot of still concerns out there, and people were nervous about coming out, spending a night in a hotel, what have you. I get it. It took us about, our third show before it really caught on, and people realized, what, this is a safe thing. It all worked out, and really, I mean, people were coming out of their rooms, we've seen the next day in the hallway or elevator, obviously all wearing masks, but they had tears in their eyes. They finally had a release. They finally were able to gather and celebrate live music again in the best, closest way that we could since COVID hit. So the experience is like no other. It's as close as we can get to what we had before, and it's safe. And what we've been able to do is produce 14 events at the Calgary's Ramada Plaza Calgary downtown property over the entire summer, 4 months, from July 1st to October 30th. We just wrapped up. We brought in, between the local bands that we put on in the beginning and the headlining acts that we had, whether they were local or brought in, we did 45 bands, sold 1,300 hotel rooms, grossed over $350,000 in ticket sales, and provided hundreds and hundreds of jobs for artists, musicians, production people, crew, promoters, agents, media, and the hotel and hospitality staff. So, just from this one, initiative, we wanted to prove that we could bring live music back when they said we couldn't, and to do it safely. And we have a number of sort of measures that we took place to keep that in place. But the freedom of it was, once you were on your balcony, you could party, you could have fun, and you bring your own booze and food if you wanted, or you could order room service. You have your own private washroom. You can have 4 people on a deck, and you don't have to wear a mask as long as you have 4 people from your cohort. So, again, you get to spend the night in the hotel room. So it's kind of a new experience as well, and one that people really fell in love with here, because, they had sort of a VIP sky suite to a show every time. We had over 90 balconies there, I think 92, with, 4 people in each one of them. And then, we had a number of staff and crew on the ground level, and we were hitting close to 400 people every show, and which is the biggest concert gathering every Saturday night in Canada. So it was sort of this thing that we ran here in Calgary as a bit of a test pilot. I took initiative to open this up in other parts of the country. We ran into, some resistance in some of the provinces that, were a little more concerned about health, and that's fine. We'll be there when they're ready. We were ready to roll out in the Toronto area. 2 days before, we were about to make a big announcement on a 2-day concert with a big artist. Actually, the numbers were starting to really creep up, and the Doug Ford government there had introduced some new restrictions. So we thought it was in bad taste to actually invite people out at that point. And it was a good thing, because the restrictions increased the following week too. It probably would have not done well. So we shelved that till the spring. So my goal is to, now that we've proven this template can work, and the best part is, 5,000 people came through that hotel to see live music this summer. Over 5,000 people. Not one reported case of COVID-19. So what we want to do is make sure we have one of these set up in every city in the spring, so we can create a touring network for all bands to tour right across Canada. The grosses on it are not big numbers, because we're only playing to 70 or 90 rooms times 4 people, but it is the best way for an artist to perform right now that we have, and for people to see it up close and experience that viscerally, like they used to before. So, that's sort of our mandate at this point, is to continue down that road. And now that my series has wrapped up here in Calgary for this season outdoors, we've now found a property to pivot indoors with an atrium balcony concept now. And we ran our first show on Saturday on Halloween, and where we brought live music back this summer. We're saying we're bringing dancing back, because now with this big atrium, balconies being indoors, and a nice warm atrium, we built a big stage. We can do performances inside, and the great part is, because everyone is socially distanced again on these balconies in their cohorts, that they can dance. And nightclubs have been shut down for over 7 months. People haven't been able to go out and dance, and that's another freedom that we took for granted that we're bringing back. We're bringing back this fun. We're bringing back something good in these times, through the spirit of music and hope that better things are to come. And we have to start somewhere. I'm not going to wait till 2021 or 2022 for live music to come back. We said, no way. We're going to find a way now, and that's what we're doing.
This is an amazing feat that you guys have done, and congratulations on that. And thank you for keeping Toronto in mind for this, too. Let's hope that by the time the spring rolls around that we will be able to be part of this. In the meantime, though, is there any chance that we can actually experience this through virtual? Can we see this online as these concerts and dances and all these other great things happening? Can we be at least part of that virtual?
Absolutely. And we were on 1 or 2 of the shows. I wanted to give the people here something as an exclusive because, I mean, everything did gravitate virtually, and I wanted to separate ourselves from that and also create the demand so I could sell all these shows out because, I mean, not every one of them was a winner as we had hoped. And the margins are so small on 90 rooms, the expenses are so high to produce an outdoor show on an outdoor stage that they're really, after 4 months of dedicated hard work, really haven't made any money. But if I have this in every city and I have a team where we can get, national partners on board and sponsors that believe, from the music industry, from corporate industry, that really believe in bringing music back on a grand scale like this across the country to help offset these costs, it's a winner. So, I mean, these are the steps that we're taking to build this, and I believe in it. We will also incorporate, the streaming aspect, I believe now, because I really feel that could help us, to get some bigger corporate partners on board because there'll be a wider reach and just get the message across a little more globally, and share it. So, I mean, I would love to see other people take these initiatives and run with it too. It's not about hogging this for myself. This is about music and getting it back to the people, to the masses, so we can be happy and have these outlets again to enjoy and have some freedoms. And, times they continue to be challenging, and mental health is, weighs on all of us, and it takes its toll. And Lord knows that we've had our own personal ups and downs in this journey. So I'm going to do my part. We hope others do their part and believe in this too. And let's do something great and create jobs and have some fun, and do it safely.
How do we follow along to see what the progression is, to see what shows that are happening for the folks in Calgary, and also for the rest of the country too? That crazy thing is that this concept will be coming to us too. Where can we go to follow along to see everything that you guys are doing?
Well, hotelslive.ca is our site, and we're also on, all the socials on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. But a lot happens on Facebook for us. First, it shows up there. But our website, hotelslive.ca, is the best way. I pulled off 2 shows here this weekend. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna come up for air here this week. We're gonna wait probably a week or so, and just kind of see where things are heading. I mean, the numbers seem to be crawling up. We see indicators in Europe of where they're introducing lockdowns again. As much as I want to forge ahead and go for it right now with a bunch of shows, I just want to take a sec, catch my breath, get grounded again. Get a couple of things in order, and then program. I've got all kinds of ideas, from us doing comedy, live performances, of course, a lot of DJ type of shows, theatrical, Cirque du Soleil type events, charity fundraisers where, they can't gather anymore to raise funds. So this is a safe way to do it. You have people on balconies. They can do private auctions. They can hold up signs to bid. It could be a lot of fun. Christmas parties right around the corner. We're gonna open this up for corporate Christmas parties. You can buy your Christmas party and see your cohort, your office cohorts across the way waving at them, and have entertainment set up for them, food sent up to their room, and have Christmas parties. It's endless what we can do, and we're not giving up. And music will always find a way to get through. And like our friends, the Blues Brothers, once said, we're on a mission from God. So we're going for it, and we're going to bring music back to people.
And the rest of us appreciate everything that you're doing, my friend. Rob, thanks so much for this interview. Thanks for what you guys are doing and getting us through these tough times. Let's talk again soon. And hopefully next time we talk, you'll actually be saying, it's going to be here in Toronto, and this is what's happening, and blah, blah, blah. It's coming.
It's coming. So, I need more believers. I need people like yourself. Thanks for standing up, wanting to take an interview with me here. I'm not getting a lot of love. I thought I would get more. I've been in this industry almost 30 years, and I've done a lot of great things. I sit on various boards, and have been a promoter, agent, tab buyer, almost 30 years, and brings, shows from clubs all the way to festivals to people. And just, media, I don't know. I just haven't been able to grasp the media. I would have thought that we've done things that nobody's done in the world. To create a concert series from the beginning of July to the end of October consistently, successfully, and COVID-free, I think is an incredible story. And nobody's really taken it out there for whatever reason. I don't know yet why, but part of me is like, I'm just forging forward anyways. Maybe this one day someone will tell this story, but or maybe this will grow into something a lot bigger first. But I thank you for stepping up yourself and helping get the word out and what we're doing. And I just want more participants. I want more believers. I want more people from corporate to media to step up. And I know we're all going through things, but this is a feel-good story, and it's real, and it's true. And, the world needs to hear about it, and it all came from Canada.
Amen to everything you just said, Rob. Thank you again so much for this interview. And like I said, let's hope the next time we talk, it's going to happen here in my part of the neighborhood.
We're
and
coming
the rest
for
of
you.
Canada, too.
Look,
my friend, be safe. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And, you got my support no matter what.
Thank you, sir. Stay tuned. There'll be more to come.
Looking forward to it. Take care and be safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You too, Rudy. Bye.